the story!
And be rewritten in every universe!
Loki, God of Stories versus Perpetua, who would win in this unimaginable cosmic battle. On one side stands Loki, the God of Stories, a being who has transcended the limits of time, fate, and even narrative itself. On the other side stands Perpetua, the ancient cosmic mother of the DC Multiverse, a creator whose power forged entire universes. This is not simply a fight between two powerful characters. This is a clash between narrative authority and multiversal creation. Loki represents the ability to control stories themselves, while Perpetua represents the power to shape reality on a cosmic scale. Both beings operate on levels far beyond gods, heroes, or even most cosmic entities. But if these two forces of existence collided, which one would truly come out on top? To answer that question, we must examine their origins, their powers, and the limits of their abilities. In one corner, Loki represents the unpredictable nature of stories, a realm where destiny can change, where endings can be rewritten, and where characters can break free from the roles assigned to them. In the other corner stands Perpetua, a being responsible for creating the multiverse itself, a cosmic architect whose actions shape the structure of existence across infinite realities. When narrative manipulation collides with cosmic creation, the result is a battle that goes far beyond ordinary power levels. This is not simply strength versus strength. This is the power of storytelling versus the power of creation. Let's begin with the God of Stories. Loki, God of Stories, master of narrative. Loki was once known as the God of Mischief, a legendary trickster constantly shifting between hero and villain. For centuries in Marvel lore, Loki thrived on deception, illusions, and clever manipulation. However, Loki eventually evolved beyond that identity. In modern Marvel comics, Loki ascended to a far greater role, the God of Stories. This transformation fundamentally changed what Loki represents. Instead of merely manipulating magic or illusions, Loki now exists on a narrative level. Stories themselves are his domain. As the God of Stories, Loki can reshape events, rewrite outcomes, and alter how narratives unfold. This ability allows him to influence reality in ways that traditional power simply cannot explain. In essence, Loki understands that existence itself behaves like a story, and he has the ability to edit that story. He has demonstrated the power to move between timelines, reshape fate, and even manipulate the roles that characters play within the cosmic narrative. When Loki became the God of Stories, he effectively stepped outside the normal rules of reality. Rather than being bound by destiny, Loki can redefine it. Instead of following the path written for him, he can rewrite the script entirely. This makes Loki incredibly dangerous, not just because he possesses immense power, but because he can alter the very framework through which power operates. Even cosmic forces that rely on destiny or predetermined outcomes could become vulnerable if the narrative itself begins to change. Loki's true strength lies in the fact that he does not simply exist within the story, he controls it. But while Loki controls narrative structure, Perpetua controls something equally massive, the creation of universes themselves. Perpetua, creator of the multiverse. Perpetua is not merely a cosmic entity. She is the architect behind the DC Multiverse itself. Long before the modern age of superheroes, Perpetua existed as one of the ancient beings responsible for designing entire realities. Her purpose was to create a multiverse capable of evolving into a powerful cosmic system. Using unimaginable energy, she forged countless universes and shaped the fundamental laws that govern them. In DC lore, Perpetua exists on a level far above most gods and cosmic beings. Her power is directly tied to the structure of the multiverse itself. Entire realities were born through her design. This places her among the most powerful entities in DC's cosmic hierarchy. Perpetua possesses vast reality manipulation, multiversal energy control, and the ability to reshape the structure of existence itself. When she was restored to power during the Dark Multiverse crisis, her presence alone threatened to destabilize the entire multiverse. Even some of the greatest heroes in DC, including Superman and Wonder Woman, struggled to oppose her overwhelming power. Perpetua does not simply destroy universes. She can reshape them, rewrite them, and control how they evolve. Her power operates on a scale that affects infinite realities simultaneously. At her peak, she commanded cosmic energies capable of rivaling the most powerful forces within DC's cosmology. Entire dimensions could rise or collapse depending on her will. However, even a cosmic creator may face a unique threat when confronted by someone capable of rewriting the narrative itself. Power comparison, story versus creation. When comparing Loki and Perpetua, the key question becomes this: what is more powerful, controlling the story, or creating the universe where that story takes place? Perpetua undeniably possesses immense raw cosmic power. She can manipulate multiversal energy and reshape the structure of reality across countless universes. In terms of sheer scale, her abilities are extraordinary. However, Loki's God of Stories form introduces a completely different type of advantage. Loki does not rely on brute cosmic strength. Instead, he influences the narrative framework that governs events. If reality behaves like a story, then Loki essentially operates as someone capable of editing that story. This means Loki could potentially alter outcomes in ways that bypass traditional power hierarchies. Instead of overpowering an opponent directly, Loki might manipulate the circumstances surrounding the battle itself. Events could unfold in unexpected ways, shifting the narrative in his favor. However, Perpetua exists at such a fundamental level of creation that she may resist certain narrative manipulations. Her power originates from the very architecture of the multiverse. If Loki attempted to rewrite the narrative of a universe created by Perpetua herself, the two forces would collide directly, narrative control against cosmic authorship. The result would likely be a battle where Perpetua unleashes overwhelming multiversal energy, while Loki attempts to outmaneuver her through narrative manipulation. Victory would ultimately depend on which concept proves more dominant: the creator of the universe or the editor of the story unfolding within it. And that brings us to the final verdict. Final verdict: who wins the battle? After analyzing their abilities, one conclusion becomes clear. Perpetua possesses greater raw cosmic power. As the creator of the DC Multiverse, her influence spans across countless universes simultaneously. Very few beings in DC Comics operate on such an enormous scale. However, Loki's God of Stories form represents something far more abstract and unpredictable. By manipulating narrative structure, Loki could potentially bypass traditional limits of power. In a direct confrontation based purely on raw strength, Perpetua would likely dominate the battlefield. Her multiversal energy and cosmic authority give her overwhelming force. But if Loki fully utilizes his narrative abilities, he could manipulate events in ways that alter the outcome of the battle itself. Even so, Perpetua's status as a multiversal creator places her slightly above Loki in terms of absolute cosmic scale. Therefore, while Loki could challenge her through narrative manipulation, the most likely winner of this battle is Perpetua. Perpetua wins. But against the God of Stories, even the ending of the battle could always be rewritten. And that is what makes this clash so fascinating. Even if Perpetua wins today, Loki's narrative power means the story of this battle may never truly have a permanent ending. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.